Hello, I thought this was a neat idea for a collab, so I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring as well. Um, so we'll take a look at my recording setup and the instruments that I use. I don't have a devoted studio right now. I just use a basement office den to record in. Um, but my setup is very low tech. Um, I don't use any software. I don't run through any effects. Um, I probably should use more reverb on vocals. But right now everything I've done has just been using simply just the interface and a microphone, or just plugging straight into the interface. So we'll take a look at what I've got set up. So as far as the webcam that I use, it's the Logitech HD Pro webcam C920. And let's see if I can back out a little bit and we'll see my desk here. That's the interface that I use. It's the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Really good, low end. I think they run about $150 new right now. It's all I need. Plugging through USB straight into a PC. That's a Hewlett Packard quad core processor with SSD for the operating system and a regular disk drive for the rest of the memory. The only time I have any issues with the PC is when I get a message every now and then saying that the memory is running low. It's because Bandhub stores a lot of big files in a cache, so I have to empty that out. And I do that every now and then it's good to go. So I never have to really think about the machine. I never have any trouble. And plugging into the Focusrite Scarlett interface is the only microphone I use now, both for guitar and vocals, for acoustic guitar and vocals. It's an NT1A Rode condenser microphone. Try to get a better view of it. And with a pop filter. And lately I've found that seems to give me a more accurate acoustic guitar sound than anything else I've used. But everybody has a different preference on what they hear. I use these Audio-Technica headphones, studio headphones. They're flat response, so I prefer to listen to the mix through those rather than through my computer speakers, because the computer speakers have a bassier sound. It's not it's sort of heavy on the bass end. So these headphones neutralize that and give me a more accurate sound picture. I also use these earbuds that came with my iPod. That's what I most often use. I'm playing acoustic through the microphone. I'll have one earbud in one ear and I'll leave the other one out so I can hear my playing better. If I'm recording vocals, I'll plug these into the interface to monitor my singing through one ear. And over top of that, I'll wear the studio headphones so I can hear the mix I'm playing along with in both ears. So I'll wear both at the same time. And the studio headphones I'll plug into the computer so that nothing comes through the speakers. And the earbuds will be into the interface. So also for recording in the past, I've used this cheap computer mic, which is surprisingly good. I used it for several recordings early on. I don't use it anymore. I've got better equipment now, but it's actually not that bad for something really inexpensive. as far as the different mics that I've used, I made a list here of songs I've recorded that use the mics that are listed there. So first being the computer mic, then the plugging the guitar in, so no headphones needed. I've done that for quite a few songs. SM57, the NT1A Rode condenser mic, and the SM48. And I just listed a few examples. Each of those you could, if you wanted to see what the guitar sounds like through those different mics, you could isolate those tracks and listen. The SM48 and SM57, I did a pretty good job of hiding the mics in the video, so I'm not 100% sure on some of them, but I believe that that's accurate. Another little recording equipment thing that I use is a mic stand. I don't really like reading the lyrics when I do need to read lyrics off of the computer screen while I'm singing, because your face is closer into the screen and you've got that computer glow on you. I prefer to step back a little bit and read the lyrics off paper. So we'll spin around and I'll show you the amplifiers I have in here. Over there is a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe tube amp that I use for electric guitar. When I do record it, I don't usually have all this stuff set out. This is just for this video. But when I do record, I'll set up my SM48 just like that, and then run that microphone right into the interface to record the electric guitar. And across the room from that, I've got a California Blonde 2 acoustic amp that I have not used on Bandhub, but I did use on my latest YouTube video so that I could get vocal reverb. So I might be using more of that on Bandhub, because so far I haven't used any effects on my vocals or guitar playing. Alright, so I'm going to set this back down and bring over the guitars and talk a little bit about them. So I have a Gibson SJ200. This has a spruce top and maple back and sides. Big guitar, big sound. The harder you strum in it, the more sound it's going to put out. The great thing about this guitar is the dynamic range that it'll cover. It's got great deep low tones because of the big body. But it also has crisp highs because of the maple back and sides. Have a real tight vibration, so you'll get good crisp highs through it. The fact that it's a real big sounding guitar doesn't really help that much for Bandhub. It's more of a live sound feature. So this isn't really my workhorse for Bandhub. But it's a great guitar, very playable, great guitar. This is the workhorse that I've used for Bandhub. This is a Taylor 716 CE. It's got a red cedar top, rosewood back and sides. The rosewood gives it a really great low-end, deep, bassy sound. The cedar has a real warm tone to it, contrary to the, in contrast to the spruce tops, which are brighter, more trebly. This is going to have a more warm sound, which I like, but it also will limit the volume. So if you strum really hard on it, it's going to have sort of a cap on how loud it's going to get, which, like I said, for Bandhub that doesn't matter. That's more of a live issue. The neck is slimmer, so my hands aren't the biggest, so for more technical songs or finger picking, I prefer to use this. because I can be a bit more nimble on this guitar. The Taylor also has a really good expression system, pickup system in it that has I think they both have great electronics, but the Taylor has a little bit better representative sound of what you would hear live. Although I feel like for acoustic recording, I think I'm preferring the microphone because it'll pick up more of the fingernails hitting the strings and the outer guitar sounds. It's not so much inside the guitar sound, which is more when you plug in. There's a little bit more of that. So electric guitars, I don't play much, but I've used this one a couple of times. Dan Electro. I think it's maybe a wood and plastic body, pretty lightweight. But the thing I love about it has a great countryish tone to it. Doesn't look very country, but it's got a good countryish tone. Lipstick pickups, good guitar. And the other guitar I've used on Bandhub is this Paul Reed Smith PRS. It's a Santana 3, 10-top maple. One of the great features of this guitar is the wide fat neck, which will help with a better natural sustain, which I like. But it's a great all-around guitar, beautiful sound. But I don't do a whole lot of electric playing, but I really love this one, so I bought it. So last little tidbits, I use a Dunlop capo for the acoustic. I prefer these over the Kaisers. Quick and easy. Kaisers are good too, but I do have to replace it every now and then. The spring will wear down and you'll get a little bit of buzzy sound or a little bit of off pitch. So they do need replacing, but not very often. Every acoustic guitar player needs a capo. And as far as keeping the instruments in tune, I use a snark. Just clip it onto the end of the instrument and super easy. Push a button, pick a string. So that's my setup. I hope that you find it somewhat helpful. I appreciate everybody else's videos they've posted. I've learned things already from those. Let me know if you have any questions about my stuff. Thanks.